Land is more than just property. To indigenous peoples, it's their lifeblood of existence. They believe people do not own the land, rather they belong to it. In 1850, California Native Americans were displaced when they were removed from their traditional lands and relocated to reservations. In June 2019, Governor Newsom signed an executive order formally apologizing to California's Native Americans for historical mistreatment and neglect. State Senator Ben Hueso took another step in the healing process by authorizing Senate Bill 712, which aims to assist tribes in reclaiming their ancestral lands. The benefits impact Native Americans across the state, including the 12 sovereign Native American tribes in Riverside County.
712 simply allows Native Americans to apply for acquisition of ancestral lands to the federal government without having an automatic opposition imposed by the county governments. They're given a fair process. They can acquire lands that will allow them to solve some social and cultural problems that they have.
Reservations, especially rural ones, often struggle to provide adequate housing, safe communities, and quality health care and nutrition to the residents.
A lot of Native Americans, especially ones in California, were given lands that were not arable, not usable, usually on hillsides, in many cases without access to drinkable water. In some cases, the land was checker patterned, like in Palm Springs, where if you actually see a map of Palm Springs, the blocks of the city were formed to mimic the blocks of the land of the reservation. So you go, one block is reservation, the next block is not, the next block is reservation, in a way where you could not really develop a community. You couldn't do anything of economic value with the land, and it was designed that way to keep Native Americans disorganized. And so if they have the means to acquire a land that will make it easier for them to travel within their own communities and to develop their own communities and provide for their families in a safe way, that just makes all the sense in the world that we allow them to do that.
Non-Indian business owners are incentivized to start business on tribal trust land. They can be offered discounted leasing rates as well as be exempt from any state and county land use restrictions.
I really believe that we have just a wonderful culture in the state of California that we need to preserve. California is the state with the most amount of tribes in the United States of America. We're blessed to have this community in our state, but we have to take additional action to allow them to live in our state with the protections they deserve.
While we can't erase the wrongs of the past, we can work together to find ways to improve the lives of California Native American people.